Hey, it's Coach Justin from Ultimate Baseball Training. Welcome back to another video. And as an infielder, heck, as a baseball player, what is one of the most embarrassing things that can ever happen to you on the field? What is it? I'm sure you infielders are unfortunately far too familiar with this, right? It happens to every single infield that ever plays this game. Letting a ball get underneath your glove, right? Is there anything more embarrassing than especially a routine ground ball hit right at you, and for whatever reason, it's a ball that you fielded perfectly thousands of times before, and for whatever reason this time, it gets right underneath your glove, goes right through the 5-hole. That's really, really embarrassing, obviously, right? And a lot of times it's because you came up on the ball, you didn't stay down on the baseball. And so in today's video, I'm gonna give you some tips to where that you can do a really good job at consistently staying down on the baseball so that you can avoid letting the ball get under your glove. I really think you're gonna find a lot of value in this video. Without further ado, let's get started. All right, so let's get into it. The very first tip is attack the baseball, okay? We've all been there when a routine ground ball is hit our way, and instead of attacking it, we kind of just sit back and wait for it, right? Us instead of us playing the ball. And the longer that you sit back here and wait for the ball to get to you, the more nervous you get. And so, is there a time and a place for when you don't want to attack the baseball? Because it shouldn't be a rule of thumb to always move in on the baseball, right? There's going to be times when the ball it's a hot shot right at you, and the best thing for you to do is stay where you're at and field it. It's a one hop right at you, and you can field it and make the play, right? Or obviously there's times when the ball hits to your left or the ball's hit to your right, but I'm talking about a routine ground ball that's hit directly at you, right? It's not like a hot shot ground ball, like harder than most ground balls, right? If it's just a routine ground ball, or if it's a soft ground ball, you want to be moving in on the baseball. You want to be attacking the baseball, right? Because what that does, look, the reason why the ball is eating you up and it's getting underneath your glove is because the ball is taking a lot of hops. And it makes sense, right? The more times the ball takes hops, the higher likelihood of a bad hop. Imagine if you're skipping a rock, right? You're skipping a rock on a pond. The more hops that it takes, you might see 1, 2, 3 smooth hops, and on the fourth one, it takes a weird bounce, right? Well, a baseball does the exact same thing. So if we sit back here, if the ball's hit our way, instead of attacking the baseball, if we just sit back and wait for the ball to come to us, it's gonna hop 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe a fourth hop, right? Ball, we try to start from the ground, right? But the ball kind of takes a bad hop and it handcuffs us and it ends up underneath our glove, right? So attack the baseball. The less hops that the ball takes, the less likelihood it's going to take a bad hop. And what you're also doing, right? Take the extreme. If a ground ball is hit to me and I'm way back here, right? Way back here, and I wait the entire time for the ball to get to me, what's that base runner doing? Is he walking to first base? Is he chilling in the batter's box? No, he's sprinting as hard as he can to first base. And so the longer that I wait back here, the more I'm gonna have to rush to actually be able to make it the play, right? But the more that I come in on the baseball and attack the baseball and work through the baseball, right? I'm cutting down that distance. So I'm gonna field the ball, I'm gonna get to the ball quicker so I can, relax and just field it nice and smooth, gather myself, gather my feet, and make a good throw. But bad things happen when you let the baseball play you and you wait back for it instead of going and getting it, being aggressive. All right, the next tip. So a routine ground ball is hit my way. You want to, as an infielder, start from the ground and work up. I'm sure you've heard that before. It's pretty elementary, but it's something that you always need to revisit as an infielder, right? Because a lot of the times routine ground balls hit my way. Let me ask you this question. What's the easiest way? We're talking about balls that get underneath our glove, right? What's the easiest way to avoid something getting underneath something else, right? Wouldn't it make sense, if we don't want to let it get underneath us, to get underneath it? Don't be above it. That's the only way something can go underneath it, right? So a common issue that a lot of infielders face is that ground balls hit their way, and what they try to do is they try to time the hop perfectly. So they might start up here like this, and they try to time the hop perfectly, their glove's high like this, and then what happens is they realize, oh, that ball is a little bit lower than I was expecting, and so they go down to get it like this. And in reality, what you should do is you should start with your glove. You should start with your glove out front. You should get it out front early, and you should start with your glove low to the ground or on the ground. And then if the ball takes a bad hop, you can come up on it. Or even if the ball doesn't take a bad hop, all the best infielders in the world, if you watch them, right, they get their glove out front early and they put their glove on the ground, and everything works up from there. The next tip, and this one might be even the most important when it comes to avoiding ground balls getting underneath your glove, is to field the ball with proper posture. And what does that mean? What does proper posture mean? Well, posture just simply means, right? Posture when you're standing means how you stand. Posture when it comes to fielding a ground ball is, what do you look like when you're fielding the ground ball, right? And so again, not a forehand, not a backhand, a routine ground ball hit directly at me. A common problem that a lot of players make, because they hear it from a young age, is you hear get your butt down. And so a lot of infielders, they lower their butt to the ground like this, and they field the ball with their butt low to the ground. And the problem with that is, where is my face? If I just squat down and get low to the ground like this, where is my face? If my glove's out here, where's my face? My face is, right behind the baseball, right? If I'm like this, my face is right behind the baseball. So if that baseball takes a weird or a funny bounce or a bad hop, where is that baseball gonna take that bad hop? If I'm, down with my butt low to the ground like this, it's probably gonna hit me in the lip, right? Hit me in the face. That's not gonna feel good, right? Obviously, as an infielder, what we wanna do is we wanna field the ball cleanly, but if it takes a bad hop, we still wanna knock it down, preferably without our face, right? Honestly, we want to do it with our chest. We want to knock it down and still be able to make the play. So how do we do that? Well, what proper posture is actually, instead of your butt being down like that, when you field the ground ball, again, your footwork is going to be right, left field, right? So right, left. And actually the right way to do it is your butt is actually high up in the air, believe it or not. And your back is flat. That's the key. Your butt is high in the air, your back is flat, and your hands are out in front. So my butt is high in the air, right? My back is flat, my hands are out in front. Now, if that ball takes a bad hop, where's it gonna hit me? It's gonna hit me in the chest, not in the face, because my face is above the baseball here, right? My chest is the one that's gonna take the beating there. My face is above the ball, not behind the ball. And then the last tip is you want to avoid tweener hops. I think this is probably the biggest reason why infielders let balls get underneath their legs occasionally, is because they caught it on a tweener hop. What do I mean by a tweener hop? I mean in between hops. So ideally, right, a baseball is hit, and every single ground ball is a little bit different, right? You're gonna have the high choppers, you're gonna have the slow rollers, you're gonna have balls that don't really take hops. They're perfectly like skidding across the ground, right? Every ground ball is gonna look a little bit different, but the baseball traditionally hops, right? And so what your goal should be to field it cleanly and not let it get underneath your legs is you wanna field the ball at either its lowest point or around its lowest point, the low hop, or you wanna field it at the high hop when it's coming up and it's near its highest point. So what's a great example of that? You know those high chopper plays where maybe it's a ground ball that takes one hop, two hop, and on that second hop, you take a step back like this. Why do you do that? Because you're fielding it, it bounced maybe 5 feet in front of you, you're fielding it, you're taking a step back like this to get that high hop, to field it at the high point. We would never want to, like, if the ground ball is bouncing 5 feet in front of us and we could easily just take a step back like this and field it up here, we would never want to scoot forward and try to somehow field it in between. That would be a more difficult play, right? But a lot of the times that's what infielders do. So you want to avoid that. So you want to field the ball either on the low hop or at the highest point, but you want to avoid, just draw like what would look like a ground ball taking hops, right? You want to avoid that in between, that tweener area, because what happens on those plays, those are those plays where you think everything's going smoothly and all of a sudden you see, uh-oh, this is going to be a tweener hop. Maybe you even do a good job at starting from the ground, but you get nervous, so you pull one of these, right? You pull one of the handcuff type plays. That's a tweener hop. Those are the ones that get underneath your legs. So try to avoid those. You do that by attacking the baseball, coming back on the baseball, but really trying to create the hop for yourself instead of just settling for whenever the ball gets to you. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe to our channel if you're not subscribed already. And last thing, if you're looking to take your hitting to the next level, if you want to crush more doubles, more triples, more home runs, if you want to have more confidence every time you walk up to the plate, and if you want to have more fun playing this game of baseball, then go watch our free on-demand hitting training. It's 100% free. All you have to do is click on the link in the first pinned comment from Ultimate Baseball Training. That'll take you straight there, or go to improvemyhitting.com. That's improvemyhitting.com. 100% free. I really think you're gonna like it.